Hi, hello there. My name is Kayla and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the stuff I purchased from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I'm going to be sharing with you guys everything that I purchased, everything that I've been testing out and really loving the past couple weeks. Some of this stuff is first impressions that I'm trying out for the first time today. There are two things that I purchased from Ulta during the sale that I did not use in today's video. One of those things being the makeup eraser and the Clinique Moisture Surge Moisturizer. So I've been using this makeup eraser for the past couple weeks and it's a game changer. I really didn't buy into the hype with this. This is typically $20. However, it was on sale for $10, so I picked it up to try it out. And I can honestly say it has changed my makeup removing game and I love it. All you do is put this thing in warm water and then wipe off your makeup. Like, it's that easy. I am so surprised that this actually works and I've been really loving it. So I would highly recommend this. Would I buy one of these at full price? Perhaps. I always see these things going on sale though, so I don't think it'll be too long until I pick up another one of these discounted. So the Clinique Moisture Surge Moisturizer, I picked this up and tried it out for the first time ever last night and I really like it. It's a gel moisturizer, so it's not one of those heavy cream moisturizers. I have very oily skin and it's hard to find a moisturizer that's good for my oily skin. Since this is a gel moisturizer, it wasn't heavy, it felt really nice and I really loved it. This typically retails for $22. However, it was on sale for I believe 11 or 12 bucks and I'm happy I picked it up. Some of the things that I purchased from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale include the Becca Primer, Loroc Pro Palette, some of these Benefit squares, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you'd like to see how to get this look and my thoughts and opinions on all of the things I purchased from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, then keep on watching. Okay, so one of the first things that I purchased is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I have heard really amazing things about this and when I saw it was on sale, I picked it up because I have a very oily skin. I heard this was great for oily skin and it really helps keep your face matte all day. This originally retails for $39. Yeah, I was never gonna pay full price for this, but when it was on sale for $20, I thought I would go ahead and pick it up. This is 1.35 fluid ounces, and I have used this several times since purchasing it, and I understand why it has that $40 price tag. I have never tried out a primer like this. It honestly, it makes your face super matte. It does help blur out your pores, and also it has this sort of tackiness to it, and it feels like it almost gives you kind of like a lift. I don't know, it's like kind of firming on your skin. It makes your skin feel kind of tight. Would I pay $40 for it? No, I would never pay $40 for any sort of primer. However, this is really fantastic. And you don't really need too much of it either. A little bit goes a fairly long way with this. So I just use a little amount like that and just put it all over my face. Okay, so I did not pick up a foundation or a concealer from the sale. I was going to get the Uomo Beauty foundation. However, they sold out of my shade before I was able to get it. So I'm just going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation and my L'Oreal concealer. Next up for setting powder, I picked up the Beauty Bakerie Setting Powder Flour. This typically retails for $24. However, it was on sale for $12. I have been trying this out for the past couple of days. I had never used this prior to purchasing it during the sale. And I must say, if you are looking for a matte, full beat setting powder, this is your girl. I would say it's not for those no makeup sort of days. This is definitely for those makeup days. I really enjoy it. However, would I pay $24 for this setting powder? It's hard to say. There's so many really good drugstore setting powders out there, so I don't know if I would pay $24 for this. I mean, the packaging is super cute. I love it. Really good powder, right up my alley. It's the sort of powder that I really like. I just don't know if I would continue paying $24 for it, but if it does go on sale again for $12, I will purchase more of it. Okay, so while I'm baking underneath my eye, I picked up 3 of these Benefit little boxes. I picked up the Hoola Light Bronzer, the Georgia Blush, and the Cookie Highlighter. I've been hearing y'all rant and rave about this darn cookie highlighter, so I went ahead and picked it up. All of these originally retail for $30, however they were on sale for $15. And if you spent $45 on Benefit Cosmetics, you got this really nice makeup bag. This is really good. This makeup bag doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. It is a nice makeup bag, so I'm really happy it was free gift with purchase. I haven't tried out any of these yet. Today I'm going to use the Cookie Highlighter and the Hoola Light. I'm going to be using a different blush. So first I'm going to take this Hoola Light Bronzer. I'm so excited to use it. It does have it's slightly fragranted. It doesn't smell cheap or anything like that. It smells kind of, it smells good. So I'm just going to take this on my L'Oreal Los Angeles L13 brush and use it to bronze up my face. Take some on my forehead here. Some on my jawline. And I'm just going to use this to contour my nose a little bit. Okay, I really like that. I feel like that is a really good shade for me. I like it. Okay, so next up for blush, I got 2 of the Cover FX blushes. These little guys have been ranted and raved about for so long. I've wanted to try them for a really long time, and when I saw they were on sale, I bought them. These blushes typically retail for $38. Yeah, and during the sale they were on sale for $20, so I got these shades Pink Dahlia and Soft Peach. My Soft Peach one is broken. I'm not going to talk about it. And this is the shade Pink Dahlia. I'm going to take the Soft Peach shade on a Shania B contour brush. One of my favorite things about these blushes is that it comes with a matte and with a shimmer side, so you can like really customize how shimmery or how matte you want your blush to be. And I've been trying these out for the past couple of days now. Believe everything that you hear about these blushes because they are bomb. They are very good. They're pigmented but not overly pigmented, and they last all day on your cheeks. I'm just taking a little bit on my nose. I mean, how gorgeous is this? It is just so pretty. I love it. I'm so happy I was able to get my hands on these. Now I'm just taking my L'Oreal Los Angeles L12 brush and dusting off the excess powder from my bake. Next up for eyebrows, I picked up the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. These typically retail for $24. However, they were on sale for $12. I didn't know what shade I would need, so I picked up 2 of them. I got the shade 3 and the shade 375. I've been really loving the shade 3 on the inner portions of my eyebrows and 375 on the outer portions. So these have been hyped up for years. We've all heard amazing things about these eyebrow pencils. However, I had never tried them out before purchasing them during the Ulta Beauty sale. These are really good. They're a very fine tip. They're very pigmented. They go on so easily. Would I pay $24 for one of these? Yeah, I would. These are really, really, really good. I fell in love with these, and I don't know why it took me so long to finally try these out. They are just really, really good, and I would highly recommend them if you're looking for a really good eyebrow product. Alright, so next up for eyes, I picked up the Loroc Pro Palette. I have never tried this palette before. I have tried Loroc eyeshadows previously. I tried out the Pirates of the Caribbean palette, but I've never tried out any of their eyeshadow palettes. I haven't used this yet. As you can see, the little plastic thing is still in here. I saw this on sale and I was like, remember back in the day when these things used to be it? Like, these things were up there with the Urban Decay Naked palette. Like, if you had one of these palettes, you were cool. Like, these palettes were the thing. And when I saw these on sale, I was like, oh, Loroc, I forgot about you. What happened? I had a moment. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I felt sorry for Loroc because these just haven't really been talked about in years. So I thought, you know what? I've wanted this palette for a long time. So originally it is $40. It was on sale for $20. So I went ahead and picked this up. This is the OG Loroc Pro Palette. They also have other Pro Palettes available, but this is the one that really spoke to me. So I haven't used this yet. I'm so excited to play with it. So the first shade I'm going to take from this palette is the shade Taupe on a Morphe M535 brush. I'm just going to do a nice neutral eye. Oh, it came with this little primer that I guess I should put on my eyes. It looks like a lip balm. I'll just take some of it on the back of my hand here and apply it with a little Laura Lee concealer brush. And I'm just patting it out with my finger. Okay, now I'm going to take my Morphe M535 brush into the shade Taupe and just use this as the transition shade. It's a lot more pigmented than what I thought it would be, but okay. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but there is quite a bit of fallout in the pan. Just wanted to let you know that. Now I'm going to take the shade Sable on my Laura Lee Los Angeles L19 brush and just place this on the outer corner. Now I'm taking a little bit of the shade Espresso on the same L19 brush, placing this on the outer corner as well. And just taking my Morphe M535 brush and lightly buffing it out. Now I'm taking a bit of the black shade on a Morphe M152 brush and lightly placing this on the very outer corner. And going back in with my L19 brush and lightly blending it out. Alright, so far the only shades that I've had fallout with are the shade Taupe and the shade Espresso. Sable and Black worked very, very well. I really enjoy them. They are very pigmented, easy to blend out. I'm definitely getting a cool toned, early 2000s sort of smoky eye vibe going on today, but I'm living for it. Now for the lid, I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Champagne on a wet Morphe M124 brush. I'm just wetting this with some Urban Decay All Nighter. I also picked this up during the sale. It's Urban Decay All Nighter. It's on sale, cult classic, picked it up. Enough said. Alright, now I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Slate and place this on the outer portion of my lid. Now for the lower lash line, I'm taking the shade Taupe on a Morphe M506 brush, and just placing this all over the lower lash line. Now I'm taking a bit of the shade Espresso on a Morphe M508 brush and lightly stamping this on the outer corner. You know what, while I'm here, I'm just going to take a little bit of the black shade and also stamp it on the outer corner. Okay, so I didn't get an eyeliner product from the sale, so I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera, come back, and we'll get into the mascara. Okay, so next up for mascara, I picked up the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. This typically retails for $25. However, it was on sale for like $12 or $13, I believe. And I've been using this almost every single day. But it doesn't take a whole lot for a mascara to impress me. As long as you are easy to apply, don't flake off, then you're good. Would I pay regular price for this? No. It's a mascara. I would rather spend $25 on something more fun than a mascara. Okay, now for eyelashes, I didn't pick up any eyelashes. However, the Lily lashes were on sale for like 12 bucks. I didn't get them. So I'm just going to be using my little ColorPop eyelashes today. I've been really loving these. I may purchase more of them. They are really, really good. Okay, so while the eyelashes are drying down, we're going to go ahead and get into lips. I purchased quite a few lip products. I purchased 2 of the Kylie lip kits in the shade Bear and in the shade Candy K. These lip kits typically retail for $29. However, they were on sale for, I believe, like 14 or 15 bucks. So I picked up 2 of them. I got 2 of the Ofra liquid lipsticks. These typically retail for $20. They were on sale for $10. I got these in the shades Rio and Bel Air. I also picked up one of the Ofra Flexi lip creams. This is in the shade Stretch. These are originally $19. However, they were on sale for like $11, $12, I believe. The only lip product that I've tried out of all of these is the Stretch lipstick. I haven't tried any of these out. So let me see. What do I want? You know what? I'm going to take the Candy K lip liner and the Ofra Bel Air liquid lipstick and use these today after I pop these bad boys on my eyes. Okay, here we go. I have to sharpen this. Okay, so that is definitely a more pinky lip liner than I typically go for, but it doesn't look bad. Okie dokie, I really like that lip color. So last but not least, we are going to try out the Cookie highlighter. I'm super excited to try this out. Do y'all see this? Oh my god. I'm gonna swatch it. Whoa. Okay. So I'm just taking this on a Laura Lee Los Angeles L15 brush, swirling it around a bit. That is gorgeous. I love that highlighter. Oh my gosh. I would pay $30 for that. That is so pretty. Alright you guys, so this is the final look. I really like the way everything came out. Honestly, everything that I purchased was good. There's nothing here that I absolutely hate. I love everything that I got. Some of the stuff I would not purchase at full price. For example, the Loroc Pro Palette and the Beauty Bakerie Flower. However, everything that I got performed very well. Didn't have any issues with anything, and I really like this stuff. I'm looking at my counter and I'm like, whoa. I'm luxurious. But anyways, if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Everything that I have on my face will be linked in the description box down below, as well as all of my social media. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.